Think it's playing? Yeah. I'm gonna make this video about Kimmer dogs. Driving, thought I'd think of my dogs a lot. A lot of people call me and ask me about pups and everything like that, and I get a lot of calls about my dogs. I hog hunt them. Raised a lot of dogs my whole life. Been about, till about 17 years old. 34 now. But anyway, the big question I get is, my pup ain't doing this, or my pup ain't doing that, or what should I expect out of this pup? Stuff like that. My years running these dogs has taught me that you don't go beating them pups for hunting anything. I don't care if it's an armadillo, skunk, anything. You don't beat them. You don't beat them, period. I mean, that pup's willing to get out there and hunt. You can shock him off of it later on in life once you start getting him on the game you want him. They're smart enough, them Kimmer dogs smart enough to know that if they're getting praised for treeing a coon or treeing a squirrel or running a hog or a bear, they're getting praised for it, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to learn real fast that's what you want them to do, and they're going to do it. I ain't never had a problem with a dog that wanted to stay on something after it learned what you wanted it on. Now, if you walked up on a possum or something like that and just walked up on it or dropped the dog straight up on it, they might see it walk off and kill it, but they ain't gonna go hunt the damn thing. I get asked a lot about what to look for in a pup. I always look for a pup that keeps his nose on the ground. I'm always interested in different smells. Another good trait is you throw some scraps out or something for some dogs or some puppies, set something like a hot dog or something somewhere, and he'll throw his head in the air and he'll go find it. That makes a good hood dog. I've noticed my dogs, they doing on track, tracking. When I get them started, if they can throw their heads up and find it faster than they can track it, that's what they're going to do. I've noticed that a lot. It don't bother me one bit at all, as long as they're using that nose to find the animal. It don't bother me one bit at all. Makes it a lot faster. They get to it a lot faster that way instead of following the track, But on a pup, my suggestion is, if he's coming around real fast, that's great. You're gonna have it easy made. If he's learning real fast, some pups are like that. Some pups take a little bit. I've always went off, and my dog ain't doing pretty dang good by a year and a half old. I'm gonna have to do something with him to either get him going harder, put him in the woods more often, or see if he likes a different game. I've had raised hog dogs for a long time, and every once in a while I get one that wants to squirrel hunt, or coon hunt, and that don't bother me. He's gonna make someone a dog. I'll sell him to someone who makes him a dog. There ain't no problem with that. These Kimmers are made to hunt. They'll hunt anything. They walk up on a bear, they're gonna tree it or they're gonna bay it. Especially if you're right around them, they're gonna show off. I like to take my pups whenever they're about 3 to 4 months old, take them in the woods, let them run around. Every time you get a chance to, just let them run around, let them play, let them get different smells, let them go off. Don't call them back to you. If they're running around sniffing and doing stuff, let them go. Let them realize that they can get out there and go hunt, and you're going to be right where you left them, or right where they left you. Bad thing about people, they want to call that pup back whenever he gets about 100 yards out there, and he'll come running back and get petted on for coming back. Well, I'll tell you what, when he gets older, he's going to go out about 100 yards and hunt, and then he's going to think, oh, I'm going to go over and get petted on. I'd rather get loved on than to go hunt. Well, that ain't how it works. You need to only praise that dog when he's doing good. Don't whoop him for doing bad. Shock him or put a shock collar on him or tell him no. Get a hateful word with him. Them Kimmers are smart enough. They know that if you're displeased with what they're doing, they're going to do better when they get a little older. You know, it takes time. A lot of young guys, younger guys than me. Of course, I'm still pretty young, I guess. I say I am, but you got to be able to sit back and wait. I mean, you're going to really enjoy watching that dog go from running out there barking at a possum or an armadillo once or twice to getting scared and running off to getting out there and busting butt 300 or 400 yards out and baiting a big old boar or treeing a big old boar coon, you know, or hitting squirrel woods like lightning. You know, I had a little gyp that loved squirrel hunting. I mean, I didn't really like squirrel hunting with dogs, but man, she made me a believer in it. I loved it. Let's see what else I get asked. You know, well, I take your dogs out. My buddies, you know, I've gave them pups. Asked if I take their dogs out and see what was going on, you know, with them or whatever, because I out of my stock and I kind of got an idea how they like to hunt, you know, and I can notice sometimes that the dog wouldn't hunt as good for them as she would for me. And I told him, I said, "You whooping that dog?" He said, "Well, yeah, I whoop her, you know, when she doesn't do right." I said, "Well, she don't like it, you know. A dog won't hunt for someone they don't like. And I don't, you know, it's just a stubborn hound dog. It might, but these curs, you don't put a boot to them. I mean, I wouldn't ever. I mean, I learned the hard way. I ruined a dog or two when I was younger doing that. It made me a firm believer in it. You know, don't put a boot to them. You tell them no, and that's it. You know, that dog hunted great for me. She hunted all night for me. She treed. What'd she do? She treed a couple coons, possum. She's fine by me, you know, as long as she's treeing. You know, she did great. But with him, she just acted kind of on edge, and that's exactly what it was. She was worried that she's going to do something wrong, and he's going to bust her butt for it. And so she didn't want to do nothing at all. But word of advice for all y'all getting started on these Kemmer dogs, which is a great dog to get started in, especially for a young guy, young woman who wants to get started in hunting dogs. It's going to actually do something. You know, get them out in the woods. They ain't going to make a dog sitting on chain. You know, you ruin a dog setting them on chain for too damn long. Get them out in the woods, let them have fun. Let them find something. Put them in the game woods. Put them right there on top of something. And if you got to drive around and find a coon crossing the road, find a hog crossing the road, you know, as long as you got permission to hunt on that property, you know, cut that dog loose. You know, he's going to catch it on the ground, get bit up, let him get bit up. They're either going to make him or break him. That dog's either going to get better or worse, you know. If it breaks him, he ain't going to be no coon dog, you know. Give them time. Some dogs come on real fast. I've had a couple come on way too fast. I mean, it scared me to death having 5-6 month old puppy out there hunting his butt off with big dogs, you know. And then some dogs, it takes 1.5 years. And usually that's almost it for me, you know. I don't like feeding a dog that's going to take that long, but if I think he's got potential, I'm gonna keep a hold of him. You know, just be patient with these dogs. Kemmers, they're a totally different breed. They got a mind of their own. You know, they think real good. They're real logical dogs. I've watched these dogs, instead of crossing the river, you know, they'll walk down and cross on a log. You know, if they know that water's cold, they'll cross on a log, come back to you. Now, if they're chasing game, they don't care. They're going to jump in the water, whatever. If they're coming back to you, you're sitting on one side, calling them from the other side. Yeah, if they find an easier way to cross it, they're going to cross it. They ain't stupid dogs. You know, take care of your dogs. Take care of them pups. If they're getting hurt, you get in there and get them off. You know, if it's going to get them killed, you get them off. You know, kill the game or whatever you got to do. You know, they're out there hunting for you. You know, so you do your best by them. Don't try leaving them in the woods overnight. You know, if you do, leave your coat out or something like that. If you spend a couple hours trying to find your dog, got to be at work the next morning, leave your coat out. Be there the first thing in the morning. And if it's a good dog, he'll be at your coat. He'll be laying right there. You know what I mean? I've had plenty of young pups get lost. Spend 3 or 4 or 5 hours looking for the dang things, never find them. And that's before I started using Garmin's. But, you know, I put my coat out or dropped my dog box off if I knew that property was not going to get messed with by somebody. and that pup would be there the next morning at that dog box waiting on me. Like I said, do your best by them. They're busting their butts off for you. The least you can do is do your best to find them, get them caught up, feed them, when you get home or whatever. Another thing is I've seen some people feed their dogs before we go hunting. You don't feed your dogs before we go hunting. So that's, what do you want to do after you eat a big meal? You want to sit down and relax. So does that dang dog. You know what I mean? Feed them a couple hours before, an hour after. Don't go feeding them dogs a full meal or whatever right before you hunt them. I know a lot of y'all older guys, y'all know this already. This is all for the younger people, really. Just getting started, wanting to know a little more about these dogs. So my word of advice is, keep them pups in the woods, treat them like their family, and you're gonna have a damn good dog. And I promise you that. These Kemmers they're nothing to play with. They're gonna bust butt. A lot of my dogs, you don't want them hunting, you tie them up and you walk them out of the woods. Because on the way back to the truck, they're gonna strike up and they're gonna be gone. And you're gonna be walking again, trying to get to the bay or trying to get to a tree. So, like I said, word of advice, keep them dogs close to you. They'll stay close to you. As time goes on, they're going to realize you're just a part of their family as they are yours. And that dog ain't going to let you get hurt. I've had boar hogs run at me. And I've had dogs just barrel in there, 35-pound dogs. Just good bay dog, solid bay dog, but that hog come at you, she's going to barrel in there and get a hold of him because she knows you're going to get hurt. I love that about my dogs. It's a great thing. I like seeing my dogs do that. They make good yard dogs. I've had some people come in my yard that weren't supposed to be in my yard, get their butt ate up, and they make excellent yard dogs. I mean, you got kids, they love kids. 99% of them, unless they're grown up with an adult, you'll know your dog. You'll know what he likes and what he don't like. Like I said, all y'all youngins out there getting started on these dogs, keep them in the woods. Less chain time, more wood time. They love riding in trucks, take them places. They might feel sick the first couple times taking them. They're going to get used to it, and whenever you say load up, they're going right to the truck. Because they know they're going to get to go hunting. And I like that about my dogs too. You can tap the tailgate and every one of them load up. They don't want to go run around and play when they get off the chain. But anyways, I just want to make this video. I was thinking about my dogs and thinking about people calling me and everything like that. And everybody out there on them dogs, on them Kemmer dogs, boy, y'all got something special. So keep up the good hunting and stay with it. That's all I can say. I'm out.